A limited series depicting the rise to power of Queen Charlotte premieres today on Netflix. Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, shuffles between two timelines as we meet the older queen, played by Golda Rosheuvel, and her teen version, portrayed by India Amarteifio. I got to speak with both Golda and India, as well as the young King George, played by Corey Mylchreest. And they told me their experience during the show and what to expect from the spin-off.
Yeah, it's thrilling. And, to be able to, in Bridgerton, I'll just give you some backstory. In Bridgerton, all the scenes that I have, I make sure that I think of George at least once, right? So that's a layer that I have in building the character, in building the scene, and then executing the scene. And then my children, there's a family backstage in Bridgerton. So to be able to put faces to those children and have, actors in front of me playing the people that I had imagined was really exciting and really thrilling, and, just kind of opens up the whole world for me. So to extend the world of this character, to extend the story for the audience, to be able to connect to her when she's 17, to be able to follow that journey to the woman that she becomes, that we know and love in Bridgerton.
Was it everything that you imagined? What was it that you discovered and more about the Queen, about India? Her performance. What was it about? Did you have to give her tips? What was it?
No, not at all. India and I met, we had a chat, and I was very adamant that she take the role and make it her own. I love sharing, and I think India and I are on a very unique journey, that we get to share this role at this moment together, and to walk kind of hand in hand, take this character hand in hand together into this wonderful story, and then launch it out into the world for everybody to see. It's a very unique position to be in, and I'm loving it, absolutely loving it.
What can fans expect as we look forward to May 4 with Queen Charlotte coming out?
Wow, definitely a deeper dive into the character, a real look at the journey of this character and the mates around her, Danbury, Violet. The sisterhood is formed in this prequel, and we see the journey of these three women through the character of Queen Charlotte and how they became the sisterhood in Bridgerton that we know and love. A deeper dive into the relationship with George, and a kind of explanation of what he is going through, what Charlotte and George have had to deal with in terms of his sickness, their relationship with that, their relationship through their love of each other, that is a strong binding connection. And the journey through to Bridgerton, I kind of describe Charlotte as behind the scenes of Bridgerton. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That the two series are so connected emotionally and personally. And I think Queen Charlotte really represents the personal and the intimate of these characters.
I love how the show goes back and forth. It just gives us a better understanding. And it's like, oh yeah, that's what she's like. Oh, now I get it. One thing that also stood out, aside from the sisterhood and the love story and everything, was also the beautiful gowns.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite? Oh, I couldn't choose
too many.
a favorite.
I know.
They're too many, and they're like my children, But I will say that there is one wig in Queen Charlotte that broke the record of heaviness. Okay. And I don't know whether you've seen the opera, the Lovebirds.
Yeah.
That wig is like extraordinary. It's record breaking, believe me.
Well, happy that you didn't have to wear a neck brace after. Lovely chatting with you, Golda. All the best. We look forward to May 4. Well, lovely meeting you. The king and queen, or the prince and the princess. First of all, for you, India, seems like there's like a parallel universe going on here. You walking into Bridgerton for the very first time, and of course, as a princess. I mean, walking into this incredible universe. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was great, and really helped me be a goodish actor, I think, because I was experiencing everything that Charlotte was going through at the same time, you know, going into these beautiful palaces and working on these grand sets. I was consistently overwhelmed and kind of in awe of their massiveness, which I think just helped elevate my performance as Charlotte. But yeah, the locations and the set were just stunning, and I really actually want to go back to a lot of them because I feel like we got to see them, but we didn't properly get to see a lot of them. And there's so much culture and history that I didn't know about in my own country.
But I mean, did you ever try to escape and then go over the wall like you did?
You know what, I did.
Am I really here? Must I be here?
I know, Ev, you know, it was really grueling. I tried a couple times, but I got caught. No, we had a really good time filming, actually. No, I even on the long days and the tiring days, I was still ready to kind of come back into work and work with such amazing cast and crew.
I mean, exactly. I mean, of course, everybody is so in love with you, Corey, watching you. I mean, we were able to watch a little bit, I mean, of this. Tell me a bit about your character, because we only see King George bits and pieces, but we don't know what he's like. I mean, as a prince.
What is he like?
What is he like? Was he misunderstood?
I mean, I guess we'll have to watch the show or something. We'll tune in. No, he is. George. George is a great guy. George is very loving. He's very caring. He's incredibly gentle. He's very obsessive. You know, he really gets into the things that he likes. He's into his farming. He's into his science. And yeah, he is misunderstood. And he's dealing with a lot of pressure and duty and like familial oppression from his family and from the crown. What that means. He also is suffering at the hands of this affliction that causes him just unbearable misery. But it's how he overcomes that and how the love between these two overcome that that kind of propels the narrative of the story.
What was the preparation like? I mean, both of you are so lucky to be able to. I mean, you have big shoes to fill, although you're able to create your own character. I mean, what was that like, the preparation wise, and a little bit of yourself that you had to bring into the character?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, we stepped into this project knowing that these two people existed in history, and we both did a lot of our own research into our characters and you know, George and Charlotte respectively as historical figures, but the show is one of fiction, which is great because, you know, we've got our understanding of who they are, but then also Shonda's kind of saying completely forget all about that and let's do our own retelling and reimagining of what that could look like. So yeah, we did the research, but it was good to have very competent writer create such a good script for us to kind of to use and use frivolously. Yeah, I guess.
For Corey, what's the one or maybe few scenes that as fans can look forward to? I know it gets a bit, you know, lovey and steamy, but what are the other things that we can look forward to?
What a laugh. Well, I mean, I will assume that no one wants to see those, so I won't talk about them, although there are a couple.
Just a few. So yeah.
There's you know what? There are brilliant scenes with Charlotte of increasing intensity, whether it's emotional or just really sentimental and safe. There's a couple of lovely scenes with a guy called Freddie Dennis who plays my butler, Reynolds, who is great, and they're quite fun and cheeky.
Cheeky
but do you know what? Like the entire thing was amazing. So just just binge the entire thing, I'd say.
Oh, for sure. We're going to binge it. May 4. Here we go. Thank you so much for joining us here on CNN. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a great day.